Hello, I'm Chef Jason, and welcome to the Great Australian Bite, where we share all things culinary, including history, stories, and recipes. So please don't forget to subscribe and join in on the adventure. Few foods are as iconic as the hamburger. Found everywhere from roadside diners to fine dining restaurants, the hamburger has become a symbol of American cuisine and one of the most popular foods in the world. Yet despite its simple appearance, a ground beef patty served between two halves of a bun, the hamburger has a long and fascinating history that stretches across continents and centuries. Its story involves nomadic horsemen, European immigrants, industrialization, world wars, fast food revolutions, and global cultural influence. Today, billions of hamburgers are eaten every year, but the journey to create this beloved sandwich began long before the first burger restaurant ever opened. The hamburger story begins far from America. Historians often trace its earliest roots to the horse-riding nomadic tribes of Central Asia, particularly the Mongols during the 12th and 13th centuries. Under the leadership of Genghis Khan, Mongol warriors traveled from country to country on horseback. They needed food that was portable, nutritious, and easy to eat while riding. According to popular accounts, riders sometimes placed strips of meat beneath their saddles. The constant movement and pressure would tenderize the meat, making it easy to consume. While some details of these stories remain debated among historians, they contributed to the development of minced and chopped meat dishes that spread throughout Europe as trade routes expanded. As Mongol influence reached Eastern Europe, variations of mincemeat preparations became increasingly common. In Russia, a dish known as steak tartare emerged, consisting of finely chopped or minced raw beef. By the 18th and 19th centuries, the German port city of Hamburg had become an important center of trade and immigration. Sailors and merchants passing through the city enjoyed a dish known as the Hamburg steak, a seasoned patty of minced beef that was typically cooked and served without bread. The Hamburg steak became particularly popular among travelers because it was relatively inexpensive, filling, and easier to chew than tougher cuts of meat. As German immigrants prepared to leave Europe for the United States, many brought their culinary traditions with them, including the Hamburg steak. During the 19th century, millions of European immigrants arrived in the United States. German immigrants were among the largest groups, bringing recipes and cooking techniques from their homeland. American restaurants and food vendors soon began serving Hamburg steak. By the late 1800s, it appeared on menus across the country, especially in major port cities such as New York City. The dish was often served with onions, gravy, or bread on the side. It was affordable and appealed to the working-class customers looking for a hearty meal. At this stage, however, it still was not the hamburger sandwich. The crucial innovation, placing the meat between slices of bread or inside a bun, had yet to occur. One of the greatest food mysteries is determining who first created the hamburger sandwich. Several individuals and communities have claimed credit. One popular story credits Charlie Negreen, a Wisconsin food vendor. According to local tradition, he sold meatballs at a fair in 1885, but flattened them and placed them between slices of bread so customers could eat them while walking. Another claim comes from Frank Menches and his brother Charles, who reportedly served a ground beef sandwich at a fair in New York during the 1880s. Texas also has this claim through Fletcher Davis, who supposedly sold beef patties on bread, also in the 1880s. And still another story credits Louise Lazen, owner of a lunch wagon in Connecticut, who reportedly served ground beef between slices of toast around 1900. Because documentation is incomplete, historians have never reached a definitive conclusion. What is clear, though, is that by the beginning of the 20th century, hamburger sandwiches were appearing across America. The hamburger's popularity received a major boost at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair. The fair introduced millions of visitors to new foods and culinary experiences. Although the accounts differ regarding the exact role hamburgers played at the event, the World's Fair helped spread awareness of many regional foods and accelerated the hamburger's rise in popularity. Afterward, hamburger stands began appearing in more cities, serving workers, travelers, and families seeking inexpensive meals. The hamburger became even more important during the early 20th century as America urbanized and industrialized. Workers needed quick, affordable meals, and the hamburger fit perfectly. In 1921, the fast food landscape changed forever when White Castle was founded in Wichita. At the time, many Americans distrusted ground beef due to concerns about sanitation. White Castle addressed these fears by emphasizing cleanliness, standardized preparation, and visible kitchens. Its small square hamburgers became enormously popular and helped establish hamburger as a respectable and dependable food. White Castle is widely regarded as the first successful hamburger chain and a pioneer of the modern fast food industry. Following the Second World War, America experienced rapid economic growth. Automobile ownership increased dramatically, and roadside restaurants flourished. Drive-ins and diners made hamburgers a staple of American life. Then came one of the most influential developments in food history. In 1948, Richard McDonald and Maurice McDonald redesigned their restaurant to focus on speed, efficiency, and consistency. A few years later, Ray Kroc recognized the potential of their system and expanded it nationally. The growth of McDonald's transformed the hamburger into a global phenomenon. Soon, other chains followed, including Burger King, Wendy's, and numerous regional competitors. The hamburger had evolved from a simple sandwich into a centerpiece of an entire industry. As American culture spread worldwide during the second half of the 20th century, so did the hamburger. Restaurants serving burgers appeared throughout Europe, Asia, Latin America, Africa, Australia, and the Middle East. Local cultures adapted the burger to their own taste. In Japan, burgers might feature teriyaki sauce. In India, beef-free versions became common. In Australia, burgers often included beetroot. Around the world, chefs experimented with local ingredients and flavors. The hamburger had become one of the first truly global foods, recognized almost everywhere on Earth. By the late 20th and early 21st centuries, chefs began elevating the hamburger beyond fast food. Upscale restaurants introduced gourmet burgers made with premium beef, artisan buns, specialty cheeses, and unique toppings. Celebrity chefs such as Gordon Ramsay and Bobby Flay helped popularize the high-end burger concepts. Restaurants experimented with Wagyu beef, truffle aioli, smoked cheeses, caramelized onions, and house-made sauces. What was once considered a simple working-class food became a culinary canvas for creativity. Today, the hamburger continues to evolve. Plant-based alternatives have gained popularity, with companies developing products designed to replicate the taste and texture of beef. Sustainability, animal welfare, environmental concerns are all influencing how burgers are produced and consumed. The hamburger's history is a story of migration, innovation, and adaptation. Its roots stretch from the steppes of Central Asia to the port city of Hamburg, from immigrant communities in America to fast food chains that circle the globe. Over centuries, a simple mincemeat dish that evolved into one of the most recognizable foods in human history, whether enjoyed at a local diner, a backyard cookout, or a restaurant halfway around the world, the hamburger remains a culinary icon whose journey reflects the movement of people, cultures, and ideas across generations. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and feel free to leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to check out our other content as well. This is Chef Jason, and don't forget, love is the secret ingredient.